Yep, you saw right. It's another YouTube channel about cruising. This one is a little bit different though, so I'd love for you to stick around. Today, we're going to talk about those people that you might know that say they will never get on a ship. And of course, those of us that cruise don't understand why. However, it is very interesting to see some of the impressions that these people have of cruises having never been on one. So please stick around because this is going to be interesting. Hey everyone, this is Jill. I am the Chatty Cruiser. The reason I'm the Chatty Cruiser is because I love to chat to anyone, anywhere, anytime about anything, but I also love to cruise. Therefore, I love to chat about cruises. And I thought this would be a great time to start this YouTube channel to help bring information to people, a little bit of entertainment, some tips and tricks about cruise travel. So when I was thinking about this channel, I was not sure which direction I wanted to go, especially for this first video. And I was speaking to one of my closest friends, Allie, about it. And she told me, I never want to go on a cruise. Wait, what? You never want to go on a cruise? Okay, why would you never want to go on a cruise? It is literally the most fun way to travel. You have to do very little planning, like especially compared to a land trip. The boat has everything you could want on it, from entertainment, fine dining, casino, bars, whatever you want. How could you not want to go on a cruise ship somewhere? So for my first episode, I decided to pick her brain on why she did not want to go on a cruise ship, which still blows my mind, even after talking to her. So anyway, to keep in mind, since you're just getting to know us, Allie and I are world travelers. We actually met living in the same apartment building in Abu Dhabi. I lived in Abu Dhabi for 4 years. I've been to around 30 different countries. Most of them were land travel. I've been to places like Kenya, the Philippines, Sri Lanka, Oman, you name it, I've been there. But it was just surprising to me that she wouldn't want to hop on a boat real quick and go do some kind of travel activity that's pretty much pre-planned and everything is at your disposal right there in front of you. So for this episode, I had to go with reasons people that have never cruised don't want to cruise. And that kind of helps dispel some of the rumors and misconceptions about what cruise travel is, because obviously some people don't know how awesome it is. So with that, I decided to go ahead and interview Allie and see what she thought about it. Now, the reason with the timing of this YouTube channel starting was because I do have 3 cruises currently booked, and many people online were already asking me, how do they stack up against one another? Well, I don't know that yet, but I think that's an awesome way to go ahead and document all of the things I experienced. So just so you know, I have been on 8 different cruise ships, but they were all Carnival. And I have no complaints. Carnival was super fun, but I'm seeing that there is a lot more out there to try out. So upcoming, I have a cruise in April of 23, which is just 3 weeks from now making this video away. And that's going to be on the Discovery Princess. Then I have a little bit of a lull. I might fill it with another cruise, but my next cruise that is currently booked is not until November, but that will be on Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas. Both of those are leaving out of LA, which is closest to me here in Arizona, to just hop over there and get on the ship. And then I do have a cruise booked for Christmas, which is on the MSC Seascape, and that is out of Miami. So that's a little bit different. That's going to be a week-long cruise as well. But it's really exciting to have these 3 cruises booked to be able to document how they stack up against one another and what I think. So anyway, without further ado, let's go into our video interview with Allie about why she will never get on a cruise ship. All right, so you're here with Jill. I'm the Chatty Cruiser, and we are here on the water, just like a cruise, only we're at Tempe Town Lake. It's close enough, right? All right, so I'm here with my friend Allie, and the first thing that we are doing is talking about what people that don't cruise really think about cruises. So, full disclosure, Allie has never been on a cruise. Her husband, Gene, has never been on a cruise. And Allie never wants to go on a cruise, and her husband Gene is very interested in it. So I got a very unique perspective from both of them. Allie is going to share a couple of the misconceptions or thoughts she has about a cruise from somebody that is not a cruiser, who is not really too interested. But maybe, just maybe, her misconceptions, maybe we can convince her that it's not what she thought, and maybe it would be an awesome experience. So, Allie, tell me your first misconception. Not first, okay, let me not say misconception. Your first impression of what cruising is.
Or fear, maybe.
The reasons you don't want to go on a cruise.
All right. First of all, I'm very, very claustrophobic. Very claustrophobic. And I know that people tell me, okay, that, oh, but you can get a bigger cabin size. It's not about being in a closed-in room. It's about not being able to escape. And I have this fear of just being out in the middle of the ocean and not just feeling like I can't escape.
Ellie, have you ever been on a boat?
I've been on a boat, but I can see land. I could jump out and swim if I
Not all
wanted
the time.
to.
When we were in Abu Dhabi, we didn't always see land on the boat.
We totally did, though.
Did we?
Did we?
Did we?
I feel like I wasn't out in the middle of an ocean where I can't see anything. I'm just saying. Just saying. That's a little fear.
Okay, so for those of you at home, you probably realize, unlike Allie, that the ship is the same size as a huge resort, that even if you don't see land, you are in the middle of an ocean, but there are rooms, there are different levels, there's theaters, bars, there's all these huge, there's a casino. You don't even realize that you're on a boat half the time. So, okay, that would be my number one rebuttal. So, Allie, what is another impression that you have of cruising?
Seasick, being seasick. I have terrible motion sickness, and boats especially.
Okay, so I will address that. Yes, you can get seasick on a boat. However, if you have been on a boat, a sailboat, what do you call this?
Yacht?
Well, yeah, we have been on a yacht in Dubai.
Rowboat, canoe?
A canoe, a
kayak?
rowboat. You do not feel the motion of the ocean like you do on those kind of ships. This ship is so big, you barely feel it. If you hit rough waters, yes, you'll feel rocking. Most people don't get seasick, but some people wear the bands that have pressure points on them. There's some little things people stick behind their ears, and now there's some kind of I think it's like electromagnetic bracelet people wear to combat that. So the motion sickness is not that bad, and yes, some people actually get motion sickness after they hit land again and they get off the boat. They feel like they're still on the boat. But
they call it sea legs. Your sea legs.
You gotta get your sea legs back. Right. But I also I get car sick, but I don't get cruise ship sick. So there's different kinds of motion sickness.
Okay, so my other issue is, because we're both pretty experienced travelers. We've seen the world. When I travel, I like to be able to get out and do my own things. I don't want to have a minute by minute schedule that tells me what to do. I want to have some freedom to do my own stuff.
Okay, so yeah, that made me laugh the first time you said that, because she's like, so do you have to follow the group around off the boat? And I pictured those giant tour groups where the person has the red flag that you have to follow. No, you don't have to do anything. When you dock at a port, you can stay on the ship, which a lot of people choose to do because the ship is empty and you can have the pool to yourself and you can have a little bit more private time, I guess. Well, I don't know. Hey, private time. But also, people get off the ship and they do shore excursions, which are limited amounts of people. Like you would get on a tour bus and they'd take you to a winery, which you would totally love. Oh yeah, we're at a wine festival right now, by the way.
All right.
So the one I was looking at doing in Ensenada on my upcoming cruise is actually taking me to wineries, but they cost money, and then I kind of felt like the time that you're in port doesn't always, you don't get, if they take you away and you're an hour and a half on a bus and then you're there for an hour and you come back and then it's time to go, you don't actually see the country or the people or anything like that. So my upcoming cruise, no, there's nobody with a red flag to follow. I will literally walk off the ship and go wander around and do whatever I want to do. I've done some research. I found, if you're going to Ensenada, by the way, that is, there is a bar, I guess you call it, or a cantina, where apparently the first margarita was invented. So I will be walking myself to go to the cantina all alone, without a group that I don't have to follow. It's gonna be fun. But I don't have to follow a tour group around, and you don't have to get off the boat. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. So
that part appeals to me because we are not followers, Jill.
No, we like to go do our own little local
Blaze our
things.
own path.
Funny story, we once got, not stranded, we got lost looking for camel races, and we ended up on a camel farm in Abu Dhabi, and we spoke very broken Arabic to people that spoke very broken English, and it was one of the best experiences we had overseas, was just wandering around and getting lost in a foreign country. So,
well, then I hope you have one of those experiences on your cruises, and if I hear of one of those, maybe, just maybe, it might change my mind.
Okay. Any other impressions of what a cruise is?
Those are my 3 major points.
Okay. Coming up, my channel, I'm going to have a lot of those kind of things to answer those questions, as well as just general cruising tips, packing tips, what to do on shore, what to do on the boat, things like that. So stick around, and that is what you will see on this channel, as well as possibly some wine drinking.